Hi, I'm Tilman Feritta, owner of the Golden Nugget Casinos, Landry's Restaurants, everything from Mastro's to Bubba Gump to Del Frisco's to Catch to Rainforest, Saltgrass, Chart House, and a lot more, and the owner of the Golden Nugget Casinos and the Houston Rockets. And I'm here to talk to you about my new book, Shut Up and Listen, with Brian Elliott behind the brand.
Did you have encouragement from your family, like other entrepreneurs in your family, or did they want you to go down a certain path?
You know, it's amazing, but everybody, there's a lot of entrepreneurs in my family, so it's definitely in the DNA, and not every, of course, nobody's become as successful as I have, but there's a lot of entrepreneurs, and I do think that you are born with the entrepreneurial gene, but that doesn't mean that you can't go out and say, I'm going to be an entrepreneur and be successful. But remember, you can be just as successful going up the corporate ladder. Look at a Bob Iger who started as a film guy. So don't feel like you just have to be an entrepreneur. There's many millionaires and even a few billionaires who work for somebody else.
There's a lot there that I want to unpack, but let's go back to the assertion that entrepreneurs are born and they're not made. What makes you say that?
I just knew how to make money. Just like a singer is born a singer, a person who can play an instrument is born with a music ear. An athlete, a lot of times, is as much as you want to play professional football, basketball, or baseball, you can't make yourself that good. You have to be born with the talent. And I do think that I do have an entrepreneurial gene, but at the same time, I became a sponge and grabbed it to make myself much better.
I actually agree with you. I think there's a large debate on nurture and nature, right? You know, it's the environment that you grow up in can have a huge influence on you. At the same time, you know, I have kids, and I 100% can see certain things are DNA. It's, you know, it was built in, and they're different for me, and you can definitely see those differences. But let's go back to maybe identifying, because a lot of people talk about self-awareness being a really important thing, and I agree. Being able to understand yourself. And maybe there's a lot of people, and I don't think it's age specific, that are still trying to figure out, what am I good at? Or what is in my DNA? So how do we help those people identify those gifts that they've been given? You know, if it's James Harden, you know, certainly that DNA helped him get to the NBA, no question about it. And then he perfected. But what are some of the signals that we can look for?
Well, and I talk about this in the book, is that God gave us all a gift, but you got to find out what you're good at, because He did make us all special in our own way. Everybody has something that they're better at than everybody else, or they're better at.
I agree with you.
Okay.
So how do we figure that out?
I think that you have to sit there and look at yourself in the mirror sometime and say, what am I good at? You might be a great poet, you might be a great author, you might be a great athlete, or you might have a great voice, or you might be great at taking an engine apart and putting it back together. You might be the greatest painter that doesn't even need tape, that can paint this line in this room. But we all have a talent. We really do. So some people are great people where they're great charm, and so they're great salesmen. So and some people are great academias, but keep me locked up in a room and I'll figure out any issue for you. Find out what you do well.
I mean, we were just sitting back, you know, chopping it up, reminiscing about the good old days and all that. You know, tracking my roots, where I came from and where I'm going. But like I say, man, always said it. It's not about the destination. No. It's all about the journey. Ain't nothing changed but the weather. The dangling carrot that hang from the rear view. Your dreams in the past ain't nowhere near you. Backseat drivers got nothing but 2 cents. Shotgun riders too biased, they all